Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome you all to the 103rd meeting of Unicorns Voices Toastmasters Club. Let's have a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Well, many of you already know, but I would still say that one of my favorite quotes is by the famous Theodore Roosevelt, who once said, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." And I think that is something which we must all have within ourselves. The fact that we need to believe that we can achieve what we've set out for. And only when we have that faith, only when we have that belief, only when we have that trust in ourselves, will be able to achieve what we've set out for. Ladies and gentlemen, I today, Rajoshi Roy, will be the Sergeant at Arms, and I will be walking you through the protocols that we need to follow in a typical Toastmasters meeting. First, we do not talk about sex, religion, or politics in a derogatory manner. Second, we will try to keep our phones in silent or switched off mode during the course of the entire meeting. And third, we will, because it is an online meeting, we will try to keep our videos on and audios off while we are not speaking during the course of the meeting, and avoid going out of the meeting room or coming into the meeting room while a speaker is speaking, because it might distract a speaker. Well, on that note, it's time for me to pass the baton to somebody who I admire from the day I met this person online. Well, I've not had the opportunity of meeting her in person, but I'm really, really looking forward to that day when I get to see her in person and tell her how much indebted I feel towards that person. The relentless hope that I get from this person, the fact that she's pulled herself through the most difficult of times, and the fact that today she is the lady with the torch, holding the baton of Unicorns Voices high up into the air, taking the club from strength to strength. Please put your hands together for our president, Toastmaster Durga Mane.
Thank you. What a start that was. You made us nostalgic, Rajeshri. That was a long time ago when we heard you speak. And needless to mention, feelings are mutual. I really look forward to meeting you, and not only you, all of us in person. I don't know when will that happen, but we should plan to do that sometime soon. Yeah. Although we meet remotely, but I feel we are really connected, which is wonderful. I look forward to this Sunday meetings, Sunday Toastmasters meeting, no matter what. This slot is allotted to Toastmasters, not only because now I am president, but I've been a regular person. I think in terms of my attendance, I am doing fairly well when it comes to Toastmasters. So yeah, I take pride in that. So we have our 103rd meeting today with a wonderful theme of new beginning. We are almost on 10th of December, looking forward to welcome New Year 2024. What better theme can we have than a new beginning? Before that, before we move to that section, I just had a question for everyone. What is it that you do for your own self? How many of us put ourselves in front, or maybe first? How many of us put ourselves first when it comes to leaving? I've started doing that. That means I'm my priority. Anybody else? Wow, so good to see that. It is important that we make ourselves a priority. So unless we are fit and fine, not only physically, but also mentally, I don't think we can help anybody else. Anybody has any doubt there? Yeah. Because we try to juggle so many things, work in a stressful environment, both at home and sometimes also at office. It is very difficult. Yeah, managing everything 24/7 and there is no end. But it is equally important, in my viewpoint, to make yourself a priority, your health, your fitness a priority, not only physically but also mentally. Yeah. So, what is it that we do for our physical and mental fitness? So, Himashri, may I ask you, what is it that you do for your own self?
I do yoga. That is
Wonderful.
my first priority I do in the morning.
Okay.
And yes, I do that. And moreover, I am giving back-to-back classes to my student. And that is, that is my priority. I like to give classes and that can motivate me to a different level. I feel very happy to be with my students.
Mhm.
And moreover, yes, as you said that self priority is very important. It is not only mentally, it is not only physically. Every aspect we have to give priority to ourselves. Because if our cup is empty, how will we put our empty cup to someone, isn't it? Our cup should be always filled up. That is what I believe.
Absolutely,
Thank
very well said. So when we sit in aeroplane, we are instructed that first save your life and then can you save other people's life. Yeah.
Yes,
So it's
exactly.
important to save ourselves before we try and be help to others. I completely echo with what you have said. So what is it that Toastmaster Jagmohan does for his own self? Toastmaster Jagmohan?
I'll tell you the incident that recently I went through. You must have noted that I have not joined any of your meeting. In fact, I was not present in the entire sessions for my own club. So on Diwali, I was not feeling well. I had difficulties breathing, and it was too much difficult for me that I was admitted the next day. So I was there for 4 5 days, okay, in the hospital, and was continuous medications were there, inhalation was there. Even now, I'm working from home. I've taken an exception to work from home. Will be working from home till 15. So now I've realized that obviously, as a man, you tend to ensure that all your family members are happy. So for me, my happiness is the last in the queue, and everyone in the family should be happy before I start to get happy. So that's the way I have been living my life. And I just came out from a very difficult situation. So I've realized that it is only then when I am fit enough to be able to serve others, to be able to help my family members, I need to be strong enough to be there with them to ensure that they get what they desire or what they deserve. So I've made a point that I will ensure to do everything that I can. I have like entire my life I have been fit. So I do not have to put in much effort to be fit. But recently the things how it unfolded, the pollution situation which has changed, so it impacted my health recently too bad. So I was in really bad situation this time. So now only after that you have gone through certain things, things start changing in your head. You need some trigger. So this has been my trigger, and I'm prioritizing good things for myself. I'm prioritizing my health on other things.
Absolutely. So sorry to know about your health. Thanks for sharing that, Toastmaster Jagmohan. That happens, I think, with each one of us. We are so busy in making other, taking care of everybody in the family, our parents, our in-laws, our kids, and our wife and spouses. It becomes tough, and we forget at the end of the day that even we are going through stress too. So it's important to have your own personal space. Do something that makes you happy. It is so important to make yourself happy. You know, doing some kind of physical exercise, some kind of mental exercise, it could be anything which you find is right. I feel that your hobbies are important, your friends are important, all of that, meeting people who make you happy. I think that takes you long. Yeah, you should have somebody uh, apart from your family with whom you can confide. Reading could be your hobby, writing diary could be your hobby, right? And catching up with few people, spending time with kids. Yeah, any of that that makes you happy. Toastmaster is another stress buster. I just love being in Toastmasters. So it's kind of stress buster because you don't have any KPI or KRA that you have to do it within this time, correct? So that itself is a stress buster, at least for me. So it's important. So with that note, I think I will hand over this e-podium to the most beautiful Toastmaster of our club, my personal favorite to Toastmaster Tulika. Toastmaster Tulika has been a very, very diligent Toastmaster. She's very young Toastmaster, young by age, and also as a Toastmaster, but really matured and tries very hard. I think she will go long way if she keeps this and take it in that stride. So with that, I hand over. And when it comes to guest, I think Toastmaster Jagmohan has already spoken. We don't really have any other guests. So Toastmaster Jagmohan, you yourself are G. So any other expectation from this meeting?
As a G, my expectation is to be witnessing the meeting as it goes.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
you don't want to put any pressure to anyone on anything. Just do your best, whatever you believe in, whatever you have learned. Just try to be your best, relax. This environment is our space for growing to the next level. And that's what we should be doing and focusing upon. So all the best to everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you. Living in the moment is important. Please live in this moment. Do not plan for tomorrow. What happened yesterday? Just come out of that. Live in this moment. We also have Toastmaster Swarnava. May I ask you, Toastmaster Swarnava, what are your expectations from this meeting?
Yeah. Hi. So good evening at all present here. So my expectation to learn something new, because the moment I join a Toastmasters club, my brain becomes empty. Because I think that Toastmasters is a place where we all come here with big smiles to learn something new. And that's true. Literally, when the Toastmaster of the day just ends the meeting at that point of time, we are full of new knowledges from the speakers, from the table topics, from the word of the day. So for me, every Toastmasters meeting is a new learning, a new journey to live ahead. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that, Toastmaster Swarnava. With that, I hand over the e-podium to my personal favorite Toastmaster of our club, Toastmaster Tulika. Toastmaster Tulika, e-podium is all yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam President, for such a lovely thoughts and such a lovely gesture towards me. And yes, I'm a new comer to this platform, but really, I have gained very good knowledge from this platform from my seniors in this Toastmasters Club. So, with this, I would like to start our new beginning in this meeting. Let me start with a famous quote by Oprah Winfrey. Challenges are gifts that force us to search for a new center of gravity. Don't fight them. Just find a new way to stand. Isn't it a nice quote, everyone? Every day, with a fresh new morning, there's always a new beginning in everybody's life. New beginning means the changes that you are allowing yourself to accept the changes that might bring good things to you. You are capable of knowing where you lacked in the past and using those examples of failures to create a success ladder for your future self. With this new beginning, let us welcome everyone to our today's meeting with a huge round of applause. So, before moving ahead, I would like to call upon our general evaluator, Toastmaster Jagmohan. He is a service delivery manager at TCS with several years of experience in the customer service industry. He joined Toastmasters in September 2021. Even he is also a part of TCS Maitri to Kolkata Toastmasters Club. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Jagmohan, who is our general evaluator for today. Please, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. So I am Jagmohan. As a general evaluator for today's meeting, my role would be to keep a track of all the activities during this entire meeting session and come up with some constructive improvement plan that we can work upon to bring it to the next level. I will have individual feedback planned for all the role players, and I would complete that towards the end of the session during the evaluation section of this meeting. And to facilitate all this feedback and all this tracking, I have my set of team players. We call them tag team players, starting with our timer, Toastmaster Savita, Toastmaster Savita, would like to come on podium and let us know about your role today.
I will do the timing for today. I will keep a track of it, and I will provide the timing. So all the speeches are um, uh, table topics. So the timing for each speech is 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I will show the green card. At 5 minutes, I will show the yellow card, and at 6 minutes, I will show the red card. There will be a grace period of 30 seconds both in the upper side and the lower side, and uh, you will be eligible for voting if you speak within 3 minute 30 seconds to 6 minute 30 seconds, and I will present my report at the when general evaluator will call me. I will just share the screen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramatesh, for taking up this role. And my sincere apologies for this mix-up. Okay, now coming on to the next role player, we have our Madam President playing the role of grammarian. Toastmaster Durga, please help us know about your role.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Today in the meeting, I will also play the role of grammarian. Grammarian is like a Wren and Martin, one who keeps track of all the good usage of the words and not so good usage of the words and the idioms in the meeting. I am also responsible to give you word of the day, and the word of the day is fresh. Yeah, very simple, fresh. At the end of the meeting, I will come up with my report when Mr. General Evaluator calls me. Yeah, that is about my role. All the best to everyone. Let us have a fresh start. I would encourage everybody to use the word of the day whenever possible. Yeah. Over to you, Mr. General.
With this new fresh perspective, let's start this meeting. And we have one more role player, Toastmaster Veena, playing the role of our counter. Toastmaster Veena, please help us detail about the role that you're playing today.
Sure, I'll be playing the counter role. So we usually use filler words like some gaps in when we are speaking. So I would be closely looking at your speeches and the way you'll speak if you are using those filler words, because those filler words like I just said, interrupt our speeches. So I'll be your counter, and will be tactfully looking at the words you all are using today. Over to
Thank you for detailing about your role, Toastmaster Veena. I wish all the tag team players all the best, and all the speakers delivering their first icebreaker speech, very all the best. And we look forward to your words. So be yourself and do your best. And I hand it back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Tulika.
Thank you, our general evaluator, for this. And with this, I would like to go ahead with our today's meeting. Today, we are going to have back-to-back icebreaker speeches. So this is very interesting. It is going to be very interesting watching all those faces with a fresh start in their icebreaker journey. So it's going to be a fresh start. So if you don't know what is an icebreaker speech, let me just brief you about it. As we all know that an icebreaker speech is the first speech you give at Toastmaster. It's the speech that introduces you to the rest of the members in that Toastmaster network. It's often nerve-wracking for people because they need to speak to a group of people that they don't know. The objective of this project is to introduce yourself to the club and learn the basic structure of this public speech. So with this, I would like to call upon our first speaker, who is Toastmaster Priyanka. But before that, I would like to call upon her evaluator, that is none other than my mentor, Toastmaster Rajeshi Roy. Please come upon the stage. The podium is all yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tulika. Our first speaker today will be delivering her first speech from her Toastmasters manual. It is the icebreaker speech, and the timer to note that the speech duration is going to be for 4 to 6 minutes. In terms of the objectives, as this is the first speech, the speaker needs to talk about herself or any aspect pertaining to her life. Please note that the nature of the speech could be informative, could be humorous, or any other form that the speaker may choose to deliver it. Here's wishing all the very best to our first speaker, and back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajeshi Roy, for this information. So let us call our first speaker of the day. She is Toastmaster Priyanka Srivastava. She is a yoga therapist, a writer. Today, her speech is about breaking a long-term reverie that she had earlier. The insight she got in it through a workshop she completed recently. It was about developing goals, taking direction, and prioritizing things. So, Toastmaster Priyanka Srivastava, Sattvic Living, Toastmaster Priyanka Srivastava. The podium is all yours.
Hello all. So today I'm going to tell you some important aspect of my life that has been with me since long time. As Tulika told, that it has been a long time reverie that I have been in. That I have actually, when as I developed my career and my life, I have been through lots of changes. Lots of changes in the sense I took to healing and then went on to yoga. Even I was into research side and now into yoga research. So it has been a long journey that has been wavering throughout this term. So what has been happening that I have always, even though I have been active in lots of things, still I have been looking for certain thing that could not touch the right chord in me all throughout my life. So I have been pondering upon that I could just get something, the knack of something that perhaps it was just an innate feeling that I'm missing on something, even though I'm doing lots of things and actually occupied with that. Yeah, so recently I came across this reverie was actually broken recently when I came across a Sattvic movements workshop. So I'm sure most of you must be knowing it's quite popular one. So and it is quite insightful actually as they develop it through the 21 days. It's quite insightful. So along with that, what I learned was organizing and prioritizing things. So this came as very motivating for me because developing what's the importance of developing day each day. So and building upon things, because earlier it was like I had lots of things, like I am studying the medical anatomy of the human body because our team is that way, and biomechanics and kinematics of motion as well. So these are the just complex topics that we study day in and day out every day. So and that is also a part of yoga. Yoga being a very wide discipline, so as to say, even a simple Om chanting that we think just it is uma is not that simple, because when you go a bit depthful into it, it is a syllable chanting as well. So when you are focusing on your body parts and then you are saying a certain syllable, it gives it a certain vibration. It is good for your health actually. It's very healing and calming to the body. So yoga is actually a wide discipline. So now we are more into the physical aspect of it. So but it has, whatever you see at the physical level, it has also its reflection in the spiritual side as well. So while under reading lots of texts and lots of scientific manuals as well, and even psychology, so I came across that it at certain base and the most base level, at the most foundation level, when you reach that, it is a complete network of different disciplines overlapping with each each other. So many times I just find myself looking for something in the language, something in linguistics, something in psychology, and something in yoga. So that was the point that I had questioned my teachers as well regarding this, that I think I'm a bit unstable, or what, that I am not able to hold to the direction, because I think this goes with the other one as well. So recently I came across this workshop, then I learned about how to prioritize things, how to keep the things minimalist. Even a book review I just recently read about was about the minimalist living. So that says that you must keep your things just one or two, perhaps. So you're just developing. Usually, we say that the any subject or topic must be developed in three directions. That is more the horizontal way of thinking. That is more diversified way of thinking. The vertical thinking that takes the objective or the spiritual aspect, and then the in-depthful thinking that takes the intricate part. So this is the this is what the any subject or a topic is actually developed like. So I have been more into like this kind of thinking. So what I usually get a bit confused, or maybe I lose my track when I get onto all these kinds of subjects. So this was the topic that I had not got any reply on. So I recently attended this workshop, and I found that this about the minimalist living, and then keeping your things just sorted and going in one direction, organizing and prioritizing things. So taking to one thing. So now we are just getting on to the more into the physical medical anatomy side. So I have been learning every day the muscles, the inner kinetics of the movement, and lots of other complex things. So now that has a bit sorted myself. I'm not switching to more of the spiritual kind. Earlier, all the meditation, all that I've kept it down for some time later, because this way we can get some direction, and that gives a inner satisfaction as well, that you have reached a certain goal in your life, and that keeps a good track as well. I think that has been a turning point in my life, and that I have been sorted much more now. And with that, I'll say thank you.
Thank you. Let's keep your hands rolling. Give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Priyanka for expressing her thoughts, for coming up on the stage and breaking all those fear. She just expressed her everything on this. Okay, so with this, we would like to go ahead. Or by the way, Toastmaster Pramadesh, the evaluation is to be done right now or like later on?
Rajesh has to go leave, so Rajesh can give his evaluation right now.
Okay, sure. Should I call Toastmaster Rajeshi right now to evaluate, right? Okay, so our first evaluator, Toastmaster Rajeshi Roy, I would request you to come up on the stage and evaluate Toastmaster Priyanka speech.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tulika. And ladies and gentlemen, today the person who took the first step in making a fresh start in our Toastmasters journey is none other than Toastmaster Priyanka. Wow, Toastmaster Priyanka, you have taken me back to those days when I made my first start in Toastmasters. But how much more confident you are, how much more spontaneous you are, and how much more victorious you are today. You are just a living testimony to that. Toastmaster Priyanka, I couldn't believe it that it was your first speech today. And what a way you delivered it. The confidence you showed and the brilliant art of storytelling was outstanding. How naturally you can move from one story to another in your life's journey is incredible, Toastmaster Priyanka. Toastmaster Priyanka, as you've made me nostalgic, you've also made me quite envious. I wish I had even half as confidence as you have, Toastmaster Priyanka. In terms of your I think the story that you tried to tell us and how simple living is so important in our lives, I think was manifested very well as you moved from one story of your life to the other. I think that, as I've mentioned earlier, your natural flow has been stupendous from one incident moving on to the other, which all finally leads to the fact that you're now feeling sorted and you're now believe that simple living is the best living. Toastmaster Priyanka, I think overall, I felt your speech was very well delivered. You had a wonderful thought behind writing that speech and very well executed. If I have to give you only a few recommendations from my side, well, the first one would be to not start directly with your experience. Maybe have a small introduction, something which intrigues the audience to listen a little more of your brilliant speech. I think that is something which you can do, and that is something I'm going to challenge you to do in your future speech. The other thing is to pace your speech a little better. You have to understand the audience comes from various backgrounds, various sections of the entire globe, maybe. So you will have to know how to pace your speech in such a way so that it is not too slow or too fast for any audience listening to your speech. And the final message which I would like to leave you with is the fact to try to summarize what you are finally trying to say. Make your message a little more stronger than how you've said that your life is now sorted. It's a very big statement to make, and make your audience feel that you've made a very big statement, that your life is indeed sorted. Toastmaster Priyanka, I think you've done a brilliant job making your fresh start, your first step in Toastmasters. Wonderful, wonderful confidence, wonderful spontaneity. If you can work on your pace and start with an introduction, I think you are on the way to the glorious top. Congratulations, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Rajshri.
much.
That was, thank you. That was a wonderful evaluation. Thank you so much. That gives me much insight into what I should be working on. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajeshri, for this insightful evaluation. With this, we have our next speaker ready, who is Toastmaster Himashri Bora. But before that, I would like to call upon her evaluator, Toastmaster Durga Mane. So, you know what, Toastmaster Durga Mane, she's such a beautiful lady. She's just such a gorgeous lady. She's a corporate professional for 2 decades who believes in give to the world best, you have the best, and the best will come back to you. Such a good thought she had. With this, I would like to call upon her on this podium and say all the speech objectives for the speaker. Thank you. Please come up on the podium.
What a
Thank
start! What a start it was. Brilliant. I was waved away, and I didn't know when I was walking into this meeting. I knew that there are a lot of icebreakers, but we are really in for a fresh treat indeed. Speaker today is going to give her icebreaker speech. In icebreaker speech, the purpose of the speech is to introduce the speaker to the club. The timer, please note the timing of the speech is 5 to 6 minutes. So with that, I hand over the e-podium to the Toastmaster of the day and wish the speaker all the very best.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Durga. Now I would like to call upon the stage Toastmaster, our next speaker, that is Toastmaster Himashri Bora. But first, I would like to say a few words about her. She believes that she is a keen learner. She is just a keen learner. She is double mastered in Hindi. Rather, she is also a fluency coach. She also gives tuitions in online mode, which is really in these days very difficult thing to teach online. But yes, she is doing her job very well. And let us welcome our next speaker, Toastmaster Himashri Bora. A very best of luck to you, Toastmaster Himashri. The podium is all yours.
Thank you, Tulika. Yes. Hello, everyone. Have you ever made an immediate decision on a crucial situation? Have you ever relied on someone for your life decision? Ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to talk about a girl. Her name was Preeti. She used to rely on her parents for her every single decision. She was not able to take a single decision in her life. And do you all know? The word decision making was created a great mess in her life. And slowly and gradually, she started everything going out of her hand. To know about her life, today I would like to take you all back to her childhood days. Like every single child, Preeti used to be a very jovial, very happy child. She was a carefree child. She liked to dance, she liked to sing, she liked to dance, and she liked to move everywhere. And she started growing up beautifully. So, in middle of that little girl, she didn't know that life is not all about a bed of roses. It has some twists and turns. Her life took a big turn when her parents started taking decision about her life. And she was a small girl. She didn't know how to take a decision. And moreover, she was not able to take a single decision in her life. So she started fulfilling her parents' dream one by one. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to introduce that girl in front of you. That is yours truly. So, I would like to tell you everyone that just few years ago, I learned a book of Dr. Joseph Murphy's, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And what I learned from that book, that gold mine is always inside of you. We don't need to go anywhere to find our happiness. We don't need to go anywhere to find our gold mine. So after age of 29, I started finding my gold mines inside of me. And that I would like to tell you what that book was somewhere an ignition point for me, by whom I was ignited. And I found my dreams. But now, situation has totally changed. I'm not relying on someone to take my decision. I took my decision alone. I didn't rely on anyone for my decision. And I become a fluency coach. Initially, I used to be a teacher of Hindi. But later on, I shifted because whenever I was a teacher, I was not feeling happy. Even though it was my subject didn't justify my job, what I was doing. So I shifted my subject from Hindi to English. And that subject, English, it was a catalyst for me. And I took that subject and I become a fluency coach of that. Fluency coach of English. And really, I'm learning a lot from that platform where I'm working right now. I'm learning how to take a decision every time. And I'm learning a lot of respect from that platform. And that's all from my side. And that's how my virtual lectern is over to Durga Maniji. And Durga Maniji, do you also think that decision making is very important for a person? Thank you so much for my speech.
Yes, definitely so.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Himashri, for this wonderful insight. And I would request everyone to give a huge round of applause for her courage to come up on the podium and express her inner side and what she wanted to say, what she left to discover in her life. So with this, I would like to call upon her evaluator, Toastmaster Durga Mane, to evaluate her speech. The podium is all yours, ma'am.
So let us do after all speeches are done. Rajeshri wanted to go, so let us do it at the end as we do in any other Toastmasters meeting. Hope that is okay. Yeah. Toastmaster Jagmohan, are you okay with that?
Yes, I'm okay with both the formats. So
Yeah.
we understand that he was in a little urgency.
Yeah.
Let's
So
do it
yeah,
in the evaluation section so that we can back to back talk about the same thing.
absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So the process is going to be like evaluation at the end, right?
Yes, evaluation in the evaluation section.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Then we can move ahead with our next speakers. So fine. With this, I would like to call upon our next speaker, that is Toastmaster Savita Gupta. And before that, I would like to call upon her evaluator, that is Toastmaster Pramatish Borgotaki. Please, the podium is all yours.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pramathesh Borkutaki, and today I will be evaluating my target speaker, Toastmaster Savita Gupta, and she will be delivering her ice. This is her first speech in our club, so please encourage her by giving a big round of applause after she delivers her speech. And uh, her timing for the speech is 4 minutes to 6 minutes. Over to you, Madam TMOD.
Thank you, our evaluator, Toastmaster Pramadesh. With this, I would like to say something about our next speaker. She is as bright as sun. She is a beautiful soul. She is a mother of two beautiful daughters. She works as smart and hard to manage home and office. She currently works towards the cause of patient safety by a role of quality. She joined Toastmasters in July 2023 for a fresh new meaning of life. Her speech title is Meri Kahani Meri Zubani, that is my story through my voice. Toastmaster Savita Gupta, Meri Kahani Meri Zubani, my story through my voice. Meri Kahani Meri Zubani, my story through my voice, Toastmaster Savita Gupta. Let's give a huge round of applause.
Hi, am I audible, everyone? So, yeah, I'm finally here after trying to avoid facing my stage fear and convincing myself that I can do it too. I am right here and I'm going to tell you it's nerve-wracking. Coming here on stage, presenting my first speech ever. It takes a lot, but I can do it. And I know I will do it, right? Coming into the title of my speech, it's Meri Kahani, Meri Jubani. My story through my voice. I'm going to talk about some stages of my life, right? So my first stage, my childhood. I was born at the time when the rain tries to stop the functioning of Mumbai. So I'm sure you must have guessed it, which season I'm talking about. Yes, I was born during monsoon season. It's the time when, the entire Mumbai stops working. So you got to know that I live in Mumbai now, right? So my mom used to say that you were born when it was raining very heavily. But she also thanked God that my hospital was just a stone's throw away, which actually she thanked so that, I could be delivered safely, even in such a bad condition of Mumbai. And it was the month of July. So I'm born during rainy season, right? Like rain God can't stop functioning of Mumbai. So nobody stopped my delivery too. I was born on 24th July. Right? I was born with a very beautiful eyes And so I think you can see it. I still have those, I carry those beautiful eyes. And my mom used to say that I have a curly hair too. But, as I don't have it anymore. But yes, when I was born, my dad called me Pehli Beti Dhanki Peti, which means that you are the first child and you will bring joy to us. I was born in a Marwari family. So being a very stringent, very disciplined family, I was born where I had my grandparents to support me. I had my aunt, uncles, my cousins. We all in one shade as a joint family. And being in a family together, we do share our joys and sorrows. So this is the stage where I learned to be together and as a leader, be together, stay in whatever situation you are, always learn to share joy and sorrow of each other. So that was my learning from stage 1. Now let me transition to the next stage of my life. So the next stage of my life was my education or my career. So I completed my schooling and graduated from Mumbai University with a life sciences degree. I had a very first-class distinction degree. And at that time, life sciences was new to me. It was new to the entire, batch where I studied. But then I could hopefully make my education or my master's completed by then, right? As my bachelor life was ticking, so was my dad's clock, right? And you know what I mean. So in this stage, he wanted me to get married, right? Because I was growing up to a beautiful girl. He said, as like a dream of any Marwari father, my father too had a dream that he should get me married and peacefully enjoy the Kanyadan. So we all know Kanyadan is one of the key aspects where father happily, donates, I would say, happily gives the daughter, the soul of the family to another family. So he wanted to peacefully have that moment, and then he wanted me to get married. But I must tell you, I was not with that decision. My life had a different story. I wanted to work like any other office goers. I wanted to also work, get into a blazer, go to office, enjoy my life and work. But my dad was very supportive. He empowered me. He explored. He also understood that we should empower a female, bring that empowerment into our culture, and he allowed me to work. And that's where I started my first job in year 2007, right? He allowed me to explore world, learn new things, and unlearn it as well. So that's the second stage of my life. I'm going to talk.
Muted. She's
Toastmasters,
muted.
you're mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I was talking about that now that I have got into my second stage of my life is kind of completed, where I have learned this leadership skill of being able to support and be empowered. So woman empowerment is what something was inculcated to me through my family during my second stage of my life, right? So stepping into the third stage of my life, where now I am married, I have a supportive and understanding husband, and I'm blessed with 2 beautiful daughters, right? And while I was nurturing my firstborn, enjoying the childhood or, the newborn days with my firstborn, suddenly a heartbreaking news came to me, right? And the news was given by my brother, where, he told me in one of the weekend that my father passed away. I was at my in-laws' home. My father passed away, on a weekend, on a Sunday. I remember it very clearly. I, being the eldest daughter in the family, had no sense. I literally had nothing to think about, or I couldn't even feel what should be done at this stage, right? So this news was completely heartbreaking to me, and it completely broke me down. I, being a woman empowered person, my father who empowered me to take this huge step of getting into the world and exploring new things, the person was no more with me. I remember the day. Everybody celebrating Father's Day. And that was the day when my father passed away. I literally had nobody to celebrate my Father's Day with. Right? My ideal, my impeccable person in life was no more. It was shattering, and it was then, and still it is, very shattering. It gives me a feeling of emptiness, but and devastating as well. Right? But one day I thought I should get out of it. Right? And I woke up with tears in my eyes and pain in my heart, and decided to accept the grief and get stronger for myself, support my family, my 2 young brothers who were very young at that time, right? And also my mom, who was the soul of the family, who supported my father and us, during that stage, right? So, and I had kids as well. My firstborn was there. I had to nurture her as well. So I decided to move on and continue living my life while, learning things what my dad taught me in my 2 stages of life, right? So in this stage of life, I learned courage. I got the courage to face the world. Again, courage is one of the very important leadership skill that any person should literally carry, right? So, and it's an important to qualify of being a leader, right? Leaders in your life. So what he taught was, lead your life, be a leader of your life. While I may not be the leader today, but I developed 3 skills in the entire stages of my life. So what I am today is because of the skill that I've developed. Be together, be supportive, be together in joy and sorrow, learn to be strong, be empowered, right? Be courageous and face the world. So friends, what do you think about Meri Kahani, Meri Jubani? My story to my lips.
Let's give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Savita for this nice icebreaker speech. And I really agree with you, Toastmaster Savita. The role that your father played into your life, my father also played this role with in my life. That being a girl child, the very first girl child, my father always wanted me to get empowered. He always told me that studies are the things that are going to stay with you. And this will give you the opportunity to explore your life. And yes, I am doing, though I'm not working right now, but I will surely work in nearby time. With this, many congratulations to you for your icebreaker. And with this, we would like to move ahead with our next speaker, that is Toastmaster Swarnava. And before that, I would like to call upon his evaluator, that is again Toastmaster Pramadesh Borpataki, to tell his speech objectives and further details. The podium is all yours, Toastmaster Pramadesh.
Hello. Today I will be evaluating my target speaker, Swarnava Malik, and he will be giving his icebreaker from his pathway effective coaching. He can give his icebreaker speech in any way he feels comfortable, whether it's informative or in a humorous way or any other way he feels it. And the timing of his speech is 4 to 6 minutes. So over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pramadesh, for this, for telling the speech objectives. With this, I would like to call upon the stage Toastmaster Swarnava Malik. But before that, I would like to say a few words about him. I must say this person is a multi-talented person, guys. He's a multi-talented person. He is an aspiring lawyer. He's a skydiver. He's a horse rider. He also takes interests in boxing. He runs a marathon. He's a runner and a reader by heart. So I guess every one of you can imagine that, yes, he's a multi-talented person. So with this, Toastmaster Swarnava, story of my life, Toastmaster Swarnava Malik. The podium is all yours.
The story of my life, I take her home, I keep her warm. Through the winds, alright, it's frozen. The story of my life, I take her home, I keep her alright, it's frozen. A great evening to all the Toastmasters present here and a future Toastmasters present here. The story of Swarnava's life. How many of you are here quite eager to hear it? Please raise your hands. I can see a couple of hands, and I'm afresh to share it. The story of my life. The story of Swarnava's life, what brought him just in front of you all today as a speaker or as a friend. Let's see. Let's take you back to my school days where Swarnava was very this small size. And he was damn naughty and he used to run here and there. But do you know what's the only problem in his life? He has no friends. Come on, my dear audience. How many of you can survive without friends? It's never possible. But for that little Shwanava, it's damn difficult to make friends. He was jealous being a single child in his home with nobody to spend time with. His both parents are working. The moment he came back from school, house empty, empty house, no fresh food available for him, nothing was available. I didn't got anything on the platter. Although in my life, financial problem was not the matter, but personal problems. I got a privilege of suffering from a lovely problem on a stammering. That gives me some kind of beautiful privileges I like. Having no friends, having no connections, having no kind of family backgrounds. That is some of the privileges I get being a stammerer. What do you get, my dear audience, from your problems? And not only that, in school days, I was a kind of student that used to sit in the last bench. Not a fresh story for the backbenchers, but a fresh story for me. I used to sit in the back bench, the corner of a room. Let's talk turkey right now. At a moment, the teacher came up to a room and started taking roll call. Roll 2, roll 3, roll 4, roll 5. Roll number 9 was my roll number. The moment the teacher came at roll 7, I was be like, present ma'am, but can't share it. Can't even share present ma'am in my school days. This is how I manage my school days. No relatives, no family. This is how Toastmaster Swarnava manage his school days. My second part of the story of my life is about love. In your life, just think for a moment, you're searching for something you're not being able to find. But the moment you find something, then you make the most mistake out of it. Same thing I learned from my mistake. I fallen in love. The very first time in class 11 with a girl. I don't know what future I had with her, but not. But one thing she taught me that in life attachments do hurts. The moment you get attached to someone and they vanished, it hurts. Really hurts. And after seeing betrayal in the life, after getting love for the very first time from a person outside, and suddenly when that love vanishes, it does hurt in the heart. It feels very pain. The person present here, the young generation could resonate with me, the pain of a heartbreak and the moment you are literally swinging on the vacuum in the air. Just like that, Swarnava's condition was like that in class 11. When after 1 year, his partner left him. At the time, if you asked him, hey buddy, how are you feeling? Voiceless. Because a person who is a stammerer, having no voice, if you are on my shoes, with no friends, nobody to share, how would you feel at that moment? But at the time, I make sure I would not make my difficulties as a hurdle. I would make my difficulties as a stepping stone in my life. Same I made. I am privileged to become a stammerer because if I am not a stammerer, I not might be a part of Toastmasters. I am privileged to become a stammerer. If I am not a stammerer, I not chosen of law as my profession. I am privileged to become a stammerer, otherwise I'm not being able to meet so much beautiful people in front of me, present here at the moment. In life, I have a confession to make. In life, I have made multiple mistakes. I have messed up a lot. In life, nobody is perfect. Like that, Swarnava was never perfect in his life. But he tried to make things perfect in his life, my dear audience. Just think of your life. You all have problems. Definitely, a human being cannot survive without problem. Just like that, from childhood till now, Swarnava has not one problem, but multiple problems in front of him. But he always deals with the problem with a final space, just which helps him to grow and become better in his life. And the moment I joined Toastmasters, it showed me a new horizon. Toastmasters make me a great leader. Toastmasters gave me a new family of people, a new family of safe place where I can share my fresh ideas, where I can start my fresh journey in Toastmasters fraternity. Last but not the least, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে. If nobody listens to your call, my dear audience, walk alone. Because when you walk alone, then you can understand your own potential. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Eve.
Thank you so much. Let's give a huge round of applause for Toastmasters Swarnava. Such a great thing you told Toastmasters Swarnava, that yes, we do have problems in our life. Every one of us have faced so many challenges in our life since our childhood. With this, I would like to take upon one more role, that is the role of a table topic master. And with this, with a few topic we can go ahead with this time. So today I'm the table topic master. I welcome you all to this session, and let us just have some table topics with this beautiful new beginning things. Just give me a few minutes. Just give me a few minutes. Just give me a few minutes. So we know that table topic session is a very beautiful session and an interesting session for all the Toastmasters Club. And it's an impromptu speech session where the table topic master gives a topic to any of the Toastmasters, and that person has to speak on it for 1 to 2 minutes approximately. I would like to call upon everyone. I would like, rather you guys please volunteer yourself for this. Who would like to go first for this table topic session? Any one of you? Okay, I can see Toastmaster Veena, Toastmaster Savita, they are interested in it. So Toastmaster Veena, I would like to call you upon the stage, and your title is, the topic for you is happiness depends upon yourself, Toastmaster Veena. Toastmaster Veena, happiness depend upon ourselves. Ourself.
So, happiness depends upon ourselves. It's always what I feel is happiness is within you. The way you feel, the way you think, it's how the day and your life moves on. So suppose there's an incident happened in your life, okay? Say you were just traveling to some place, and uh, while walking on the low, you see a old person who is trying to struggle and walk. You try to help that person. out to say cross the road or something like that. And that small gesture, that person comes and says thank you to you. It makes you feel happy in a way that you've helped somebody, that the small gesture has given a smile to the other person's face, and that's the reason why that gave you a smile on your face. So that's how happiness is, the small gesture which you do on a daily basis. Happiness is also more of a inner feeling, which I feel is like your family members are happy, you are happy. Or suppose you do something good for yourself, like you meditate in the morning, you say you love yourself, that makes you happy. So for me, happiness is within, and it's a feeling that should go on. Thank you.
Please give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Veena for this insightful thing. Yes, happiness is within. If we have positive thoughts in us, it keeps us happy, and it also helps us to be happy and make anyone in front of you or everyone happy. So you have to be very positive in that aspect. With this, I would like to go ahead with Toastmaster Savita. Toastmaster Savita, your topic is every moment is a fresh beginning. Every moment is a fresh beginning, Toastmaster Savita Gupta.
So every moment is a fresh beginning, is what I believe into. If there's a mistake that you've done, you should, overcome that mistake and begin with a fresh start. But always one thing that we should carry from that mistake is lesson. So what you've learned is what the fresh meaning to your next step is all about, right? So I'm going to talk about, one personal incident where the context is basically, so there was this person, okay, and it's a couple of months ago where this person was kind of struggling, okay, and he wanted a help of basically not on the monetary point of view, but then you see that that person wants something, but this person was unable to afford, right? So at that moment, without even thinking, and I had my family and my children along with me, without even thinking a second thought, I had gone there to pick up something, and when I saw that person was literally in need and he wanted to have that the desire to have it, without even thinking it twice, I've helped that person. And then my daughter came back asking, Mama, you had just bought limited amount. What about what will we take? And then when she realized that I've helped that person, she automatically got to know that, helping somebody to begin or helping somebody to start with is a fresh start. So yes, that's the message, it's always that you carry. It's always that you don't have to teach your children. It's not words. It's the way you express, they learn. So yes, every life has a meaning. Every step that you do has a meaning, and you should always do it with a fresh and a positive mindset. So what do you feel?
Thank you so much for this beautiful insight into the topic. And I agree with your words. And I also feel this, that every moment is a fresh beginning. After having a baby, I lost my entire body thing that I used to have. So it was quite depressing. It was quite depressing when I can see that my old clothes are not fitting me. And I have to take extra care while moving onto the road. And I can see those slim girls walking in front of me, and I am like so chubby right now. That triggered me really to, and even some illness I have got due to this overweight thing. And that really triggered me. So I started a new fresh beginning. I started a fresh beginning with exercising recently, and I felt that yes, it is really helping me. And right now, if I walk on the road, I can also feel that yes, I'm also exercising. So within 2 or 5 months or 6 months, I can get back to my old shape. So
Exactly.
that's a fresh beginning for me. Thank you for that. And With this, I can see there are so many raise of hand. Okay, fine. I would like to call upon the stage Toastmaster Durga Mane. Toastmaster Durga, the topic for you is go for it. Whether it ends good or bad, it was an experience. Go for it. Whether it ends good or bad, it was an experience. Toastmaster Durga Mane, the podium is all yours.
I'm a firm believer of the quote. If you are offered an opportunity and you do not know how to do it, just take it up and figure out. I've done this all my life. My choice of career, the choice of field in which I work, the place where I stay, the place where I settle, I never had anybody there. It was always that I took up whatever opportunities came to me and I paved my way. So, in my viewpoint, there is no problem which has no solution. Okay. So, whatever comes your way, just grab it, just take it. Yeah. And figure out. See, that is the only way where you will know something new. Correct? Otherwise, you will be doing the same old traditional things. There will be no new learning. Now, when I say that, had I not taken that challenge in whatever stage I was in my life, my nephews and niece who followed me and are very successful in their career, I would not see them being so successful. I think one of you has to take that risk. Yeah. And just take it up, grab it. In case the worst case scenario is you're gonna fail. So be ready for that. But I don't think we ever fail. We never fail, right? We learn. And that is the attitude that we should look at it. Everything cannot be just bed of roses. Yeah. So if all the scientists that we have, or all the ancestors and all the rulers for that matter, and our parents also, had they not taken risk, we would not be where we are. So I sincerely believe that you should take it up, grab it. You have nothing to lose. You experience. What do you think, tabletop master?
What a beautiful thought, Toastmaster Durga. I agree with you. I agree with your words that yes, life is not a bed of roses. Okay. So there are a lot of challenges we face in everyday life, and we have to accept it. We do not have any other choice. Else, we will not get the opportunity to cherish that challenge. Suppose until and unless we do not accept the challenge, how will we understand that whether it is going to be good or bad for us? If it is good, then we will cherish, and if it is bad, then it's okay. Just take the learning from it, take the lesson from it, and make your future good and better. Good, right?
Yeah.
So with this,
we at least know not to do it next time.
of course.
Otherwise, we'll be guessing, you know.
Yeah, correct. With this, I can take two more topics. That's what I can take. So I can see two raise of hands here. But okay, Toastmaster Pramadesh. Toastmaster Pramadesh, the topic for you is never regret anything that made you
I have
smile.
raised hand for as a timer.
Okay.
So that
Okay, so I have the veto power to choose anyone. So I would like to call upon the stage Toastmaster Jagmohan. Toastmaster Jagmohan, the topic for you is never regret anything that made you smile. Never regret anything that made you smile, Toastmaster Jagmohan.
With all the stress that we have in our life, it becomes the most difficult thing to do is to smile. And if you are smiling effortlessly out of something, then this is something worth cherishing. So you don't have to worry about what made you smile, what happened, how it is. Something positive has triggered within your body, and that's good enough for a reason to be there. So anything and everything that you do should be done, has to be taken it with its face value. While I was there in my training days. I was training one batch, and all of a sudden, my student, was an engineer. So he raised his hand and he said, "Sir, we were too afraid of you when you were there on the phone call. Now, when we are looking at you face to face, we are wondering how you are able to manage at such a young age, and you are handling all our seniors." So let me tell you, these engineers are all 40 plus people. And I was at that time 27. I was telling them how to open and work on an HP computer, training them all the technical things and jargons. So they were very much, obviously that brought a smile on my face. And then I was able to dwell upon thing. Then I acknowledged what they said to me. And then I started believing more in it. Then I talked to myself that, okay, this positive mindset that has come back to me, circle back to me, because every time you give positivity to people, they feel open and relaxed and straight away give you candid feedback. So that has circled back to me. So I ensure that each and everything that I will take up would be embedded with such a positivity. I would ensure that we keep adding more smiles to faces, and I would try to make my content as simple as possible so that people, no matter what topic I'm talking about, they get that positive feeling that, oh, we spent some time and that was worth it. So no matter what you do, just try to do your best. At the same time, end of the day, end of the meeting, the objective should be win-win. You should be smiling and the person you're talking to should be smiling. End of the discussion. So that's my objective. What do you think about the table topic master?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jagmohan. I think like you only, because there was a time when I was too busy with my work, but I was a working lady. Along with that, I used to take tuitions. I used to go to my singing classes. Then further, a lot of things were there. But yes, when I used to go to the tuitions, the smiling faces of my student, it used to give me huge relief that yes, I'm doing, though I'm working very hard, but I can see the smiling faces of small children who are really waiting for his or her teacher. I never had such thought, because during my childhood, I never welcomed any tuition teacher with such a big smile on my face. But yes, I saw my students were waiting for me with a big smile on face. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. So it was so blessing. I felt so blessed that I did something in life. Though I was so tired and everything, it all used to vanish away when I used to see their faces. So today's last topic is, I would like to go ahead with Toastmaster Priyanka as she raised her hand. Toastmaster Priyanka, everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Toastmaster Priyanka, the podium is all yours.
Thank you. I would say in yoga, there's a concept called duality and non-duality. It's just the concept that there are two opposites, like hot and cold, beauty and the ugliness. Well, when we actually, it's our experience is actually a reflection. Whatever we experience, it's a reflection of our inner side, actually. So whenever you see beauty or ugliness, it's actually somewhere some sad experience or something that keeps you back, that you experience ugliness. Otherwise, it's just beauty that is there. When you get the knack of it, when you get the solution of it, it becomes a beauty, because that is a thunderous thing. You have just achieved something. You have your flag up high in the sky. Then you are done with that. That is the beauty of it. No matter how hard the thing is, but when you get the solution of it, it immediately becomes beautiful. That is the definition of beauty. Even recently, in this corporate club, I heard that statement that you should, in your locker, you should not keep the gold. You should keep your achievements. So how many these struggles have you overcome in your life? How many how much empowerment you have? You must keep that in your locker as a memory that will always empower you. Gold never empowers a woman. So it's achievements that empower you. How many struggles you have seen, and how long way you have got through it. So I think beauty is all there. Thank you.
Wow, such a wonderful take on this topic, Toastmaster Priyanka. Thank you everyone for coming on the podium and sharing their thoughts on the beautiful table topics. And without further delay, I would like to go ahead with the further process of the meeting. Like, I would like to call upon the evaluators one by one for the evaluation of the speeches. So first, I would like to call upon. Okay, should I?
So,
Should
Bhumika,
I?
you should hand over now to Mr. G.
Yeah, I would do that. Okay, fine. So, Toastmaster Jagmohan, I would like to hand over the podium to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Jagmohan. The podium is all yours.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. That was wonderful take on the topic, and the discussion has been great. So far, so good. And let's now I welcome everyone to this evaluation section, and we'll start with the speech evaluations first, starting with our very first evaluator, Toastmaster Durga Mane. I request you to please come on podium and roll out your evaluations.
They say, find out who you are and do it with purpose. Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and very importantly, our beautiful speaker, Toastmaster Himashri. Himashri, what I liked about your speech, in fact, I should say, it's so difficult to say what I did not like about your speech. You, first and foremost, you're wearing such a beautiful dress. What a beautiful contour it is. You looking gorgeous. And how many of us start our icebreaker with questions like, have you ever made an immediate crucial decision in a crucial situation? Is that even a question in icebreaker? And have you relied on someone else to make your life decision? Oh my God, what a serious question to start your icebreaker. A brilliant job there, done there. The way you were standing, you were so sure, and the way you took us through your story and letting us know that there was a girl named Preeti who was in this situation wherein her parents would make her decision because she completely relied on her parents. Yeah, the way you said all that, your inquisitive questions and the way you asked those questions was too good. Really keep it up. We have something to be scared about when it comes to you. Really, there's a huge competition. And then you took us through the way you read the book by Joseph Murphy, Power of Your Subconscious Mind. That book is my personal favorite, and that changed your outlook about the life, and then you started taking your own decisions from being a Hindi teacher to a fluency coach. What a melodramatic shift that was. Oh my God, very good job done. That immensely shows the confidence and your learnings and how you were already ready to stand on your foot. You obviously appeared really, really confident because you could take that decision. Being a fluency coach is not a very easy thing in Indian setting, and you are a fluency coach. So all that really beautifully done. Now, as a brilliant job when it comes to icebreaker speech. But like any other speech, I have my own insight. I would have liked it if you'd have kept that content probably little short because you had two questions. Because somewhere I thought when you were transitioning from one story to other, you were trying to recall, probably you were conscious, which happens with all of us, and your starting point was so. Yeah, just feel free. See, nobody knows your story, correct? So that is something I think probably revisit of your speech, or maybe you may want to shorten the speech. What happens is we want to make a lot of impact in our first speech. right? So it happens with all of us. So that transition, I think, is important. Secondly, I could not see a call for action in your speech, because somewhere I thought it ended abruptly. Yeah. So probably if you would have given some message that, come on guys, just stand on your feet, hold on your feet and take your call. I did it and I'm doing well. So I encourage all of you to do that. So that would have taken your speech to a next level. But for icebreaker, this was too good. So wonderful, wonderful dressing, beautiful look, excellent narrating of your story. Your inquisitive questions were too good. Only when you are transitioning from your one statement to other, especially when during phase, if you can just avoid that so and have call for action, your speech will go to next level. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Durga, for such a wonderful and encouraging feedback. So I have no recommendations for you. Job well done. And to the speaker, Toastmaster Himanshi, congratulations on your first speech. It was brilliant job done. And I agree with all the points noted down by Toastmaster Durga. I would suggest you work on those pointers. I have two more things to add. In order to shorten your speech, I felt that there were repetitions of the same situation. Like there was a story, and then in that story, there were repetition. You were pointing to the fact that for that small little girl, the decision makers were the parents, and every time she was not able to make a decision. And we heard this 2-3 times. So that would shorten your speech. And second thing is, when it comes to introducing, because you wanted to introduce that girl to all of us, so you can be a little bit more dramatic. Think about it out of the box. See how you can introduce yourself. Okay, maybe you could say, instead of just saying that yours truly, you could think something better. So that's one thing I want you to challenge and start working on your speech once again. That would take it to a next level. Now let's come to our second evaluator, Toastmaster Pramatesh. Toastmaster Pramatesh, the podium is all yours. You will be rolling out back-to-back 2 evaluations. So all the best.
Can someone do my timing?
Toastmaster Durga, would you be able to do the timing? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Toastmaster Savita, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for giving your icebreaker speech. Good job, well done. Congratulations. There are many good things in your speech. I really like the hand gestures you made in your speech. You were standing while you giving your speech, and there were subtle humor in your speech content. The way you presented different things in your life, how it and you had divided your speech in different stages. Those were the very good things. To challenge yourself, I would like to say that instead of having so much of content, try to compress it a little bit, because you have many more speeches to come in Toastmasters. So use only 2 to 3 stages of your life and tell us about it, and how you started from your childhood and came to this point of your life. And it would have been a great speech, and it would have been you would have been able to manage your speech within the time limit. And I felt that after stage 3, you had enough material to build a call to action, that is, be confident about yourself and be empowered. So that's all from my side. That to summarize, I would say that just work on the how much content you have to deliver, and you did a wonderful job in your hand gestures, and you use subtle humor, and yeah, that's all. Over to you, Mr. Janal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramatesh. A small little feedback for you. You may want to be very excited when you're delivering these feedbacks because these means a lot to the speaker who has delivered. So that would definitely help and encourage the speaker in front of you. That's the only feedback. And coming on to you, Toastmaster Savita Gupta, I am also a Marwadi. So, so when you said you came from Marwadi family, so it was like, oh, let me listen to it a little bit more. How and what common things are we can talk about. So it was great listening to your story. We found that there were many things that you talked about, and there was so much of content you wanted to us to understand, about. So the key thing that you may want to learn about is how to organize, like Toastmaster Pramatesh pointed out, that how to squeeze that content. And one good thing that you can do in order to squeeze the content is, instead of saying I'm going to talk about 3 stages of my life, or I'm talking about first stage, childhood. So don't do that. Rather start. Maybe if you're talking about some incident from your childhood, when I was in standard 7, start from that point. When I was a child, when I was born, my father was doing this. Okay. And then second stage, in my college, and then you start. So that way, instead of setting the context, we know the context, we would understand. So you directly jump on the story. That way, you're directly squeezing the content and we getting the content that we are looking forward. So that meta thing would not require. Similarly, during your table topic section, you mentioned that I'm going to talk about one personal incident. So you don't have to say it. Directly talk about your personal incident. Like while I was doing my work in my office, while I was doing this, talk about it directly. So that would save your time. Okay. And do not feel stressed. Okay. It's your story and you know better. And we are all ears listening to you. So anything and everything that you are telling us is new for us. Okay. And thank you for coming on podium and delivering such a nice speech. We wish you all the best for all your future speeches.
Thank you so much, Pramatesh and Jagmohan. It's really, I value all the feedbacks, and definitely it's gonna act as a fresh start to me in my next speech.
Yes. So there is no failure. There is only feedback. Okay.
Absolutely.
So feedback is the breakfast of champions. That we what we say in Toastmasters. So let's live upon it. Okay. Okay. Toastmaster Pramatesh, back to you. Please roll out your next evaluation.
Toastmasters Swarnava. I really loved your speech today. Story of your life in a very smart way. I would say that you started with a song that made me inquisitive, and you added a good amount of humor. So it's a different kind of humor. Like you use like a mixture of self-deprecation and irony. So I really like the way you said that these are my privileges, and went on to enumerate what were your challenges. So I really like the way you handled that thing. And your story was very poignant, and it touched my heart about how you faced the challenges and how you overcame it. It. So you navigated the speech very well, and I also like the thing that you did not use too much of hand gesture in your speech today, because it would have caused a distraction for your very poignant message that you were giving us. So to further challenge you, I would like to say that at the end, you challenge us how can we make our challenges as points of opportunity and how to take our life uh, as lightly as possible to make better meaning out of it. So if you do it, your speech would go to a very high level. So over to you, Mr. Janelle Liberty.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramitesh. I'm not sure if Sarnava is there. I cannot see him. Sarnava, if you are
He's here.
there, please turn on your video if possible. Okay, so let's continue. So Toastmaster Pramitesh, again, really good feedback. You may want to add more content to this. So I really like the points that you have mentioned. Additionally to that point, Toastmaster Sarnava, I would like you to make the story more relatable. Generally, what happens is when you're talking about your own life, you know the details, okay, you know everything, and that might not be relatable to everyone in front of you as an audience. You may be talking about the challenges you overcame, and maybe the person in front of you must have overcame much bigger challenges. Okay, and it's always a comparison story which is going on in the mind, so people don't relate to it. To make it more relatable, you can add few lines like, these were my challenges while I was growing up. You might have your share of challenges, so that people start looking into their own life while you are narrating yours. They start relating with the fact that challenges are common to everyone. It may be small, little, big. For you, the stammering was a challenge, and for others, it could have been anything else. So, adds few lines that make it more relatable for people in the audience to connect with their own life. And when you make that happen, that creates the impact, because that is what we want. End of the day, with your story, it should be impacting the life of people and they should be taking actions. Okay, and thank you for such a uh, brilliant speech, and we wish you all the best for all your future speeches. I would have liked if you would have come on video. We would have seen your reaction. But anyway, all the best. I think we are just left with one, which Toastmaster Rashri already completed. Let me share my share of feedback to Toastmaster Priyanka. Toastmaster Priyanka, if you're there, please turn on your video. Okay, I think she's away. No problem. While I will wait for Toastmaster Priyanka. Okay.
I'm here. Yeah.
Hi, Toastmaster. So it was glad to listen to what all you were talking about. There were so many things. There were so many jargons, so many technicalities, so many things. We could actually take one subject and search on Google and have a complete essay around that topic itself. So there was so much that you wanted to talk about, so much you wanted to talk about. So what happens is, in case the people in front of you do not know about these things, they might not find it relatable. So there are trainings and courses available within Toastmaster website. There are some support videos that you may want to look at. So any topic which is not related, how to make it relatable. Okay. Second thing is, this objective of our icebreaker speech is for us to know more about you. We wanted to know more about you. You talk about one particular instance which actually drastically impacted your life and changed your life. Would have been a great story if we could have understood more about you. So maybe in a future speech, you may want to talk about something that is a little bit more about your life, wherein we get to know you as a person. Anyways, thank you and for coming on podium. It was a great speech, and we definitely can expect some really drill down and some specific topics on yoga and all those things. So we look forward to your speeches now, and I wish you all the best. Okay, and now
Thank you.
Now coming to
Thank you
the
so much.
second-
Thank you. That's good.
Thank you. And now coming to session as in journal, we started on time. Everything is planned well. And I thank Pramatesh for planning this all. He has been constantly in touch with all of us. I mean, at least to me, he was constantly in touch. He is managing the WhatsApp group. He is ensuring that everyone is getting intimated on time. He took up multiple roles and he ensured that he is not making it feel as if we are missing on any role plays. He ensured that everyone is playing their role. And now for me, it's time to call my tag team players to come on podium and roll out their reports so that we get a second layer of feedback for what all we have spoke about in this session. So starting with our timer, Toastmaster Pramatesh, please help us with the timing.
Thank you. It was a great session today, and the meeting started on time. Priyanka spoke for 5 minutes 34 seconds. Himashri spoke for 4 minutes 20 seconds. Savita speech was 8 minutes 41 seconds. Swarnava spoke for 6 minutes 5 seconds. Rajashi spoke for 3 minutes 20 seconds. Durga spoke for 3 minutes 10 seconds. Durga, can you please share me the timings that I took?
I think it is 2 minutes 28 seconds.
For second speech, for second evaluation?
Yes.
Okay. And that I did 2 evaluations.
Oh, I just tracked one. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. So,
Yeah.
So now I am coming to the table topics, which is timing. Veena spoke for 1 minute 30 seconds. Savita 1 minute 7 seconds. Durga spoke for 2 minutes 6 seconds, and Mohan spoke for 2 minutes 20 seconds, and Priyanka spoke for 1 minute 30 seconds. So uh, everyone is eligible for voting. So that's my report. Over to you, Mr. Janelle Berter.
Okay, even the speakers are eligible for voting, all of them?
Uh, since it's an icebreaker, we
Okay.
can allow the exception.
All right, of course, no problem. And now coming on to the next role player, Toastmaster Veena, please come on podium. Please roll out your report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Most of the members were flawless. They did not use any filler words. I could just have 2 people who had used few filler words. Priyanka had used and so multiple times, and Himashri also used few times. Apart from that, the speech was flawless. And for the table topic also, all of them were flawless, and there was a good use of grammarian words also. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster, for your report. I would just like to add one more thing. Toastmaster Savita, you may, when you're writing the speech, you may want to practice and minimize the use of the word right. So this right was coming again and again. So sometimes it happens that, okay, when we are starting, so and right is so common that we tend to repeat it again. But as in when we start practicing it slowly and gradually, okay, it would be good. All right, now coming on to our third role player, Toastmaster Durga. Toastmaster Durga, please.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Today, the session was wonderful, immense learning, definitely. Word of the day was used by almost everybody. So good job and multiple times. Yeah, to name Toastmaster Jagmohan himself used it quite a few times. Swarnava used it. Rajeshri used it. Savita used it. Tulika also used it multiple times. Also Himashri. So most of us have used this word of the day multiple times. I'm glad and happy about that. Now, coming to not so good usage of grammar, I couldn't find any because I was so lost and engrossed in speech, and I'm sorry, but most of the times the English was correct in my viewpoint. Now, very good words that were used in the meeting were revering, pondering, innate, reflection, linguistic, minimalistic, in-depth, manifested, stupendous, glorious, jovial, bed of roses, ignition, catalyst, nerve-wracking, duality, meta topics, and more. Really a wonderful meeting, and I'm glad I was a grammarian. Over to you, Mr. General Ivan.
Thank you, all the team players, role players, for all these wonderful reports. And these reports means a lot because it's you have to pay attention to each and every speaker, what they're saying, how they're saying it. And this is one such feedback that will improve the quality of the speech that we are delivering. So we should pay attention to the feedback we have received and let's work on it. And now coming on quickly onto the feedback for our table topic section. We started with Toastmaster Veena, followed by Toastmaster Savita, Toastmaster Durga, and Toastmaster Priyanka. Now, in general, I want to talk about and share this feedback. Most of our Toastmasters are new. So what happens is when you're delivering a table topic, what is the expectation? So when we know the expectation, we will be able to tailor our content according to that. So the expectation is that whatever you're talking about, it should be a unique take from your own life. So when you put a story from your own life, an incident from your own life, that automatically makes that story so unique. So we start from, we have 3 sections, starting from what is your take on that topic? What do you feel about it? What do you think about it? You may like it or you may not like it. Second thing, you put an incident from your life. You talk about that as a story, small little story from your life. And then what is your takeaway or the action you want the audience to take about that topic? So it's like that. And it is expected to be a speech instead of a conversation. So generally, because we are in an informal environment, we are practicing right now. What we do is we talk about it as if we are delivering a conversation. So instead of making a conversation, let's try to make it as a speech. A speech is where you have a title, okay? And when as title is obviously there, then we're talking about your take, then talking about your personal, and then you also have a takeaway at the end of the topic. So make it as speech. So this is in general feedback for all of us, and we'll practice accordingly. And I think I have delivered feedback for all. Let's come to the role players. Starting from our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Rajeshri did a fantastic job, started with all the energy that was required for this session. And so everything was good. Then we came on to Toastmaster Durga, our Madam President. She started with the right message. She engaged everyone in a conversation and rightly motivated. And that conversation, I would say, was meaningful conversation. It was not just for the sake of doing the conversation because you're a president, you have a duty to do that, but it was meaningful conversation. So that made a lot of difference. So job well done. And then coming on to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Tulika. Toastmaster Tulika, you did a fantastic job. You engaged in all the conversation. You had your own takeaways. You talk about it. You just never left the topics untouched. You talked about, and actually it made sense that you were listening to all of them attentively. The only feedback I have for you is, rather I have 2 feedbacks. One is, whenever you are introducing the speaker, you started with the speaker name first, that my next speaker would be Himanshi, for example. And then you came on to the evaluator. And then you again went to introduce the speaker. Now we know the speaker already. You actually created a good hype, but the only thing you could have avoided is speaking the name first. So speaker 1 is speaker 1 till the time you introduce that speaker. Okay, coming on to our speaker 1. Before that, I would like to call our evaluator for speaker 1. Now this person is someone, and then you build upon it. You create that hype, and then you say the name. Let's welcome Toastmaster Himashri. And then topics. So this way, that's the right way you create. But I'm happy and glad that you added all those adjectives, all those sentences in between, and that actually is the right way to do it. The only change you want to do is to say the name in the end. create the hype till the end. Okay, and I think rest all was amazing and good. So we had a great session. I liked listening to all of you, and I would like to hand it back to our Toastmaster of the day. Take the session further. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our general evaluator. Please give a huge round of applause for everyone, for our general evaluator, for evaluating so minutely each and every point. And yes, I can see that all the faces were like, what he's going to say about me, what he's going to say about me, all the speakers and all. So with this, without a further delay, I would like to hand over this podium to our President, Toastmaster Durga Mane. The podium is all yours, ma'am.
What a beautiful session that was. Really huge learning. I think it's been a while that we've had such a rocking session, starting with Mr. General Evaluator. What a feedback we have had. And it was an immense learning. Toastmaster Jagmohan, thank you so much for taking it up. All of us here are all, what do I say, charged up, taking your input, especially when table topic session is around the corner, and that is a learning for us. Thank you so much. And also on your evaluation, where that was a brilliant point, I think, that introducing yourself to the club in icebreaker, because we want to know you as a person. That was something really very well done, and everything for that matter. Thank you so much. Lot to learn from you, Toastmaster Jagmohan. Now, coming back to our icebreaker speeches, oh my God, where were you all hiding? And thank God you deliver your icebreakers, man. I don't know what would we do in competition. All of you as one better over the others. Real challenges to each one of us, right? The way you look, the way you speak, and the way you deliver your icebreaker, we have a lot to be scared about, really. So I have a question for first starting with Himashri. Himashri, how did you decide on your dressing, which is too good? We really want to just look at you.
I didn't decide anything, ma'am. I was just feeling cold and I thought.
It was all very good, very well done.
Yeah,
And Savita, did you choose your lipstick first or dress first? It's going very well.
My lipstick was applied just before the session.
Okay.
But then, yeah, I'm glad that it worked. And then, just to add the flavor, I thought might as well put a blazer. I don't know if that worked with that pink.
That did.
You did? Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. And coming to your point on right, oh my God. So Savita and me have worked a lot together, and Savita just gives orders. Right. So that comes naturally to her. That is why that use of that right is apt when it comes to her. Yeah. And Priyanka, Toastmaster Priyanka, do you want to come on video? Where are you, Priyanka? Priyanka, to your point on we
Yeah.
should keep our medals in locker. See, currently the gold price is 64,000, man. We can't afford keeping gold at home. So yeah, so that is one point I just thought I would chat with you. So yeah, and it's going only high. So we are all worried. I mean, we are okay not to have medals, I think, but gold has to be safe. What say?
So Durga, we can have gold medals, no?
Huh?
We can have gold
Yeah,
medals.
now we must struggle to get gold.
We should
Yeah.
get gold medals, real
Yeah.
gold medals. Then we can keep them in lockers.
Yeah, correct.
We can run for gold actually and get them instead as gold medals instead of getting jewelry.
Yeah.
I know that can act as a twofold. It will be your achievement and then you win a gold.
Correct. Yeah. And then what happens to the real gold, which Marwadis have a lot?
I think let Jagmohan answer it.
Okay. So we've had a fantastic session. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating. I would encourage all of you to take up your speeches, complete your speeches. See, there is a first time for everything. Don't be scared. Let us all have fresh start. Now that you guys are charged up, already given such a wonderful and brilliant speeches. So why not take up the second speeches? Because more you speak, more confident you become, right? So with that, I think I will end this session. Thank you once again for a wonderful session. So are we having voting, Pramadesh?
I actually forgot to create
No
the
problem. So everybody did
uh,
really well. Yeah, everybody did really well. We don't want to rank anybody. So yeah. So the best role player obviously is Dr. Toastmaster Jagmohan on GE. Yeah. And everybody did, everybody did a brilliant job. And evaluator, I think, will go to you, Pramadesh. You took double evaluations. Yeah. So 2 evaluations is not easy. So yeah.
Even
Thank
the timer also. He took
Yeah.
care of the timings.
Yeah. So he is all-rounder, I think now. Okay. So with that, I wish you all a wonderful rest of the evening and a wonderful week ahead. Thank you, everybody.
I just
Thanks.
have a small announcement before you close the meeting. Next week we have a workshop by Lindy McLean DTM, who was 2020 second runner-up in World Championship of Public Speaking, and she has been 4 times district champion in international speech contest and 3 times semi-finalist. So she has recently come up with a wonderful interactive workshop about how to develop a speech for international speech contest. I would request everyone to attend this meeting, and not just that, also invite your fellow Toastmasters to attend this meeting and learn how to develop a wonderful story about your life and express yourself. So please attend this meeting. I will be sharing it in our WhatsApp group and other social media channels.
That's on 17th of December, Pramadesh?
Yeah, next week.
Oh,
Next
okay.
Sunday.
Okay. I think that message had 17th September. I don't know. Just check.
Yeah, I corrected it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you once again, everybody. Bye. Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.